Que mi gente? As you can see, we have switched up the game a little. I have my husband here today because I just have this whole new idea of what to do with this channel, and it's not going to be focusing on solely hair anymore. It's going to be about everything. So it's going to be exciting. But today in particular, we wanted to talk about something that has been quite troubling and a lot of work, and I don't know, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as surprising. A lot of things you go through surprising. A lot of things you won't read on the internet that would help you figure out.
Well, we didn't even tell him the topic.
Well, it is pretty general then.
No. So
what I was saying was general.
Well, that's true, yeah. But just so you can kind of put the pieces together. So we wanted to talk about first-time homeowners. We've been first-time homeowners not even a year yet. It's like been 9 months.
It's been 7 months.
Oh, wow.
Going on 8 months.
Okay. So, yeah.
It's going on 9 actually. You're right.
Yeah, there's 9 months. See? You got me all messed up. Anyway, yeah, it's been crazy. What would you let's start with what your concerns are about being a first-time homeowner. Like, what was so surprising for you?
The monthly mortgage. The mortgage, the property tax, the insurance, all those things collectively in one. How much would it be, and can we afford it with all the other expenses we have, including travel, food, especially now our parents ain't cooking for us anymore. So
yeah, well, my parent has not cooked for me.
Okay.
In a long time. Okay, I have
a
Dominican mom.
I didn't say that she did.
Because I'm Dominican, and my mom's like, yeah, you a grown ass woman, now you can cook for me. In terms of the mortgage payment, it's not as overwhelming as you think. I mean, if you think about it this way, you're investing your money into something that is yours. You're putting your money into something that you own potentially. As opposed to you putting $2,000 in a 1-bedroom apartment in New York City or in New York in general. So,
well, you can't say that entirely.
What?
People don't always have the option. First of all, we moved out of state. That's first and foremost.
So?
Second of all, we both have cars that help us travel. A lot of people don't even have the ability to have a car in New York City because where you're parking it.
Okay.
And there's a lot more money to spend just living in rent. So it's harder to find a place outside because you still have to travel to your job, which then you have to consider the transportation of taking the Metro North. So we got lucky with our situation of where we work and the driving stuff. So you are right. It is always better to own something, but if it's possible, and if you have people who have the same goal like you in mind, try to get a multi-family because you can always pass that down to your next of kin, or you all guys can put all your money together in one collective mortgage, and there'll be a lot of extra if you have a big family and you guys are willing to do that. But if you're alone...
So are you saying that you regret getting a single family home?
No. I'm just saying that multi-family, in my opinion, was on the table. It was an option for me.
For you, okay. I was going to say, because it wasn't for us.
Well,
it's definitely not for me.
There's a difference between you and I.
Well, let's hold the phone.
You want to change the topic to this podcast and just feel like how we grew up?
No.
Puerto Rican versus Dominican?
No, first of all, you wanted a condo from the jump, and I said
I still do. Number one problem, cutting the grass. It's a lot of land to cut the grass. Unless you got one that you sit down in, guarantee, get it. It's worth the purchase. It may seem like a lot of money, but you save on time. You save on bagging. If you get it, the lawnmower that bags all your stuff, or if you mulch it, you save time.
We have a huge issue with weeds. And the weeds grow like faster than the grass, and it looks like an eyesore, and it's just so complicated to even get around it because they grow like every 2 days, especially if you have like the sun all over your land, like
Or
if
it rains every day.
or if it rains every other day, because it doesn't rain every day, it just rains like often.
Well,
And if your land retains a lot of water, because
a lot of grass can retain, especially the weeds. The grass is still wet. If the temperature is cool enough, obviously the grass is going to stay moist. You need to have a good amount. you need to have. You need to have at least a stretch. Like, shut up. You have to have a stretch of days that the temperature is like 90 and the humidity is very high. So it's not the top layer of the grass; it's more within near the dirt. Because when you're cutting,
it gets harder to cut when it's wet, isn't it?
Exactly, because the grass retains it, and when you're cutting, it has water inside. So therefore, when you cut, it gets in your lawnmower, and
it just clumps up.
clumps up together. Exactly,
Yeah.
especially when you're cutting real low. Now, if you're cutting high up, you don't really have that much of a problem. But if you're really trying to get real deep to the smallest cutting length or the bottom, it becomes an issue.
Okay, upkeeping the cleanliness of a home with your significant other.
I don't know why you have so much emphasis on it.
Because you a messy person.
No, I'm not a messy person.
Yes, because of COVID, like we have a no-shoe rule since the beginning, even before COVID happened. But like we try to keep everything super clean because we have an infant. So she's not crawling yet, but we're trying our very best to keep it, clean. And we don't want any bacteria because we don't want to be exposed. So we try to take our shoes off as soon as we walk in. And Giovanni works outside. Mm-hmm. So he's exposed to other people and like germs. So like he takes his clothes off. But then like you leave it by the door, like, and it just accumulates. Like we leave our bag by the door, the baby's bag. Like we just leave everything by the door. So I feel like it's so important to try to find some sort of organization or find like one day of the week to kind of clean up because it just accumulates. But the point of the first time homeowner part is kind of getting like that whole routine. It's hard to kind of keep up with it, especially with a baby because she's so spontaneous. Like one day she'll be super easygoing and one day she'll be super fussy, and we just ride it out.
Yeah. I have nothing to add.
Okay. Oh, and of course, like with the bottles and the food they have to make for her, it's a lot. Learning your heat and water systems are like super key. So whenever you find a house, you need to literally learn how to use that for any reason. Because if the water is not working well, the pressure, and if the heat is not working well, you need to, like, there's no manuals. You kind of like have to ask the previous homeowners how the heck you use this thing.
You're right, learn your system. But it's not as hard or complicated depending on the type of house you live in. Because if you have a private well, the system is different. You have multiple different parts to learn.
Depending on where you're looking for a home, it could be super popular for everybody to have septic, and it's very popular for people to also have
municipality.
Municipality,
how you say it?
Municipality.
Maybe that's the word, but in the wrong. Doesn't fit in a sentence.
I don't know. Anyway, but some people have public water, which we don't have the luxury of. We have private well. So, we have to upkeep with a filter.
I can say that having a private well can be a luxury because you don't pay for the water. So you have the luxury of not having to worry about stop taking a long shower or stop, washing your dishes for a long time, things like that, because you don't have to worry about that bill that comes out at the end. Right. You can take a bath every day if needed be. Obviously,
I hope to take a bath every day.
No, you take a shower every day. You don't take a bath every day.
Oh, I understand, like filling the tub.
Exactly.
But it's essentially the same thing because the water that you're using to just run on your body.
You could check out how much water you actually take. Some people take 10-minute showers. Some people take 5-minute showers. We know people who take 5-minute showers.
They dirty. Because there's no way you get all the crevices in 5 minutes.
What if they have no hair? They don't have to worry about a lot of crevices.
It's not about the hair. It's behind your ears, in your belly button, in the cracks, and
I'm sure you have a system of like wash. You learn how to do it. It's like
What was that?
wash. So you
Okay.
get here, Oh, okay. The major parts are, the places where you excrete things. That's the main part you have to wash.
No, ew. You gotta clean everywhere between the toes, because it's not like you sweat between your toes, but
no, of course, but you can hide the funk in your shoes.
Nah, entonces no te bañas?
No, I'm not saying that to do that. I'm just saying the most important parts that you really have to tackle is the places where you excrete bodily fluids, which is the
everywhere. We have
underarms.
sweat glands everywhere.
Yes, but you sweat more places. Like when you work out, you sweat more here. You don't sweat in your stomach.
That is not true.
Well, for some people, I don't sweat on my stomach.
I do.
For me to lose weight, I would need a belly band that would help me like increase my thermal sweat glands in that area to sweat.
Okay. Unexpected expenses.
Furniture.
You
know I'm gonna say that, right?
Making your home a home, and that is so essential. So both of us came from like a bedroom. We didn't have a couch, and we didn't have like a kitchen, stuff like that. Stuff that
I could have had a couch. You just didn't let me buy one.
Anyway, we needed to make this home a home. So when you make a home, you need to spend a little, like to make it homey.
A little? You qualify that as a little?
Yes.
I qualify that as a lot more than I bargained for. At least.
But you're happy, right?
I'm happy for one of them. For one of the couches, not the other one.
The other one is super comfortable too.
It's convenient, not comfortable, convenient.
How is it convenient?
I don't lay there most of the time. I lay on the other one.
I do.
No, you don't.
And I work there too.
You only work there because you're tired of one room. You just want to go to another room.
Oh my. Anyway, so the unexpected expenses
go outside.
Like that. When you furnish a home, yes, of course, those are unexpected. They're not unexpected because you know that.
No. They're unexpected because how swiftly you wanted to buy these items. Because I said, let's save up for it and get it. We have other things that needed to be bought first.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It's unexpected because most of your money goes towards the down payment of the house or the closing costs. And then after that, you're like, let's start slow. But, you wanted to accelerate quickly. I'm just being...
Okay. Yeah, you're being super nitpicky. Other unexpected expenses are like if something goes wrong in your house. Like, oh, you have a leak or something.
There hasn't been that. Oh, the one thing that was... can we really say it was unexpected buying a generator, or it's more of a lack of being prepared?
Well, we
bought a generator, by the way. Sorry about that.
We had to buy, so there was a recent storm, and when you have a house, like, you have a full stack fridge and freezer. In my case, like, I had my daughter's breast milk frozen. And so I couldn't afford for me not to have the freezer working, or even they're attached, but I couldn't afford that. Like, I was going to lose my daughter's milk, and that's not okay. Like, I worked really hard to get milk stored for her, but I feel like we needed a better generator, because even though we had one, we were the previous homeowners, they left it to us, but it's so old that we kind of needed a new one because it was going to go kaput at any point.
Generator is very solid. We can say the previous owners are those type of people that if it works, don't throw it away. And it's like from the 80s, and it still works. It honestly, it powers the entire house minus ACs, because I didn't want to test it to that point.
Yeah, no.
But we had the fridge on it. I mean, we didn't test like major appliances like the washer and dryer. I mean, who does that for a generator type of thing?
No.
But besides that, we don't know how strong it was. But it powered the entire house, which was the main thing. But you can hear it like sputtering because of how old it is, and maybe the tubes were not lubricated enough. The filter, the oil filter, and it was old. The guy did tell us it might last you an hour or two. Luckily for us, it lasted us 3-4 hours. But we turned it off early because we just needed it for the fridge.
Yeah.
And then that's it. But what I was trying to say is that wherever house you move into, be mindful of natural disasters. Be mindful of, especially now during COVID times, you see how certain things that we take granted for, it's sold out. Like your toilet paper, the blast freezers, or they call it freezers, because when you stack up your meats, like if you're a person who, like if there's a meat on sale, you cook meat almost every day, whatever. I don't like when you talk to me like that. I don't want to get to the point. I don't want to talk to you.
Come on. You be thinking this is a podcast so you could talk for 2 hours.
You
No.
have to excuse me. I'm still in podcast mode. That's why editing is key. Anyway, just be mindful for the things that you may or may not need, and try to buy them ahead, or just have it in a list like I need to buy this first, then this and this, because you never know when that situation happens and you need it. Like the generator. If we would have had a generator that we needed, we would have not went through all the issues that we went through at the time.
Yeah.
And the generator we bought, it's a pretty good one. It should last us like a whole day, depending how you... Oh, that's nothing. How you use a generator can last a very long time.
Yeah. How you take care of it. But we got it off of Amazon, so you guys should look into it if you...
It wasn't on sale. So.
No, that is never going to be on sale. Just
and
save your money or put it on credit whatever chance you get, because you just never know when there's going to be a natural disaster. It's worth it. You are going to need it. Unless you have somewhere to stay. I mean, if you have somewhere to stay and you don't care about your food rotting, then by all means. But
if you have breast milk, you need to get a generator.
Or if you just have, like, let's say if we just did a compra and we spent like $200, $250 on food, it's all going to go in the garbage. That's unacceptable.
Nope.
No. So you need a generator. Anyway, it's so important for you guys to make friends with your neighbors. So our neighbors they are super friendly. They approached us, they introduced themselves. They are available to us for whatever we need. They're so helpful to us. They kind of told us a couple things that we had no idea about, but it's so important to kind of make friends with them. You don't want to be enemies with your neighbor because it's just a disaster. You got to make nice. If you're going to have a party, like a nice get together, you're going to be playing music.
It's always good to know them so they know you, so they won't feel bad calling the cops on you.
Right. Or they'll even send you like a friendly text like, hey,
shut the hell up.
I don't even think they would say it like that, but they'll be like, hey, like, do you mind turning down the music?
Hey, do you know what time you guys are ending? We haven't
had that issue yet, but I'm just imagining how they would say it. But yeah. Anyway, so make friends, super important. I also wanted to talk about if you have a deck. If you have a deck and it needs maintenance, oh my goodness. So you need deck furniture. You don't need it, and I know you're gonna come at me for this. You don't need.
What maintenance are we referring to here?
The wood, the quality of the wood. You need to paint it so that it doesn't go bad.
Oh, okay, but our deck was freshly made.
Yes.
Most of the time when they sell your deck, it would have been treated already. You do need to retreat it, but it's not, I need to do it right now. It's more a seasonal thing. You can wait until the summertime. Right. The wood is not going to like mold. Like let's say you got it let's say you bought your house in winter and you worry about all the snow and the water because of it.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wood doesn't mold that quickly.
Exactly. And it depends on where you live. Like, we get winter here, like snowstorms. For some people who live in, like, Florida, they get, like, rain. Right? They don't get snow over there. They just get rainstorms.
They just get out of rain.
Yeah.
Out of rain.
So,
out of
anyway.
And alligators.
Oh, gosh. Remodeling.
This is another want. This is not a necessity. Because
it's not a necessity, no,
but... You just need your four corners and heating and water, and that's what you need. You start building up from there. Everybody has different necessity or needs.
It's not even a necessity.
Goes in a bubble of a want.
Remodeling, you want to make it yours. Like it's your home. You want to make it to your liking. You don't want it to be someone else's taste. You want it to be like you want to feel happy in your space. So I feel like remodeling is important. But for someone over here, it's like, hey, it's not a big deal.
It's not a big. It's okay. You have to think about it. You just bought a house. It's a very big purchase. You want to make sure you see. This is why when you come with finances, I just can't talk to you because
What do you
I'm not
mean?
saying I'm not saying you're not good for that or that you're not smart enough about it. But sometimes when you see something else, your priorities just kind of forget about the saving part. It's
We
not.
save for things like that.
No. You save first and foremost the way you should be doing things because
All right, are we giving
have
them a
been
lesson on
fortunate.
saving or no?
No, this is part of being a first-time homeowner because this is what you need to do. You need to at least have 3 months of your mortgage payment.
Yes.
If you lose your job, you need to have. Why you sound? Yes.
Yes.
If you lose your job right now, at least we have at least
so
3
many
to 4
people
months.
know that already.
Yes, I do that. I do that. I do know that. But you have to mention that. You see what I mean? Like the moment you buy a house, make sure you have savings, right?
Yes.
Then you could decide on buying furniture and things like that, but don't touch your savings. Now, then, if you would have said that in the beginning of the video, then everything else afterwards, I'd be like, oh, fine. You know, because they're going off the premise that you already saved for emergency purposes.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna give everybody a lesson on how you should be saving.
I never said how to save. I'm just saying what you should save.
Okay, but everybody has to have an emergency fund. Like that's a part of being an adult.
Yes, but when you buy a house, most of the time, all your savings goes towards your down payment.
It shouldn't be all your savings.
Most of the time, it is.
Okay, fine. Anyway,
because you want to drop down your monthly mortgage.
It's important for you guys to keep your garbage kind of learn about it. So for us, we have to pay a company to pick up our garbage. If you're paying
for your company, yes. It's more important to pay attention to it than if you are in a city or in a different place that does, because they come more frequently than.
But in Westchester County, they come once a week, like here.
But it's easier for you to throw away things.
No, it's not.
What about when you do bulk? Don't you have bulk day and stuff like that?
A bulk day, they come and pick that up once a month.
We don't even have that. So you see what I mean? There's a difference.
Well, yeah, but
and
that's
if you're
what
in
I'm
the city,
saying.
It comes like every week. You could just leave this shit. You can leave that stuff outside.
Well, yes, you can leave it outside. And it's nicer because it's like overpopulated in the city. There's so many people and so many businesses that they have to come once a week.
Somebody might come by and say, oh, I like that. And you just take it. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You could legit throw a fridge outside and somebody's going to pick it up. Yeah. If we throw our fridge here, I'm going to have to call somebody. Hey, can you pick this up? You know, this is a big bulk of trash. Like, we have to call our company. That might be a separate charge. Yeah. I won't do that. I'll put it in my car and go somewhere else, like maybe my father's house. Because that's perfectly legal. I can do that. It's not like I'm throwing trash in someone else's house that I do not know.
Yeah.
I go to a family member's house, plop it right there, and let the sanitation do what they get paid for.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, when you're looking for a house, make sure that you ask that question. What's sanitation like? Is it something that we have to pay for? Is it something that the city is included in your taxes or whatever? But ask about it. So that pretty much concludes our video of first-time homeowners.
I feel like there's so much more things that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and just say, I wish I would have said that.
Don't worry, we'll make another video. We could do a part 2. Because obviously, we've only been doing this for 9 months, almost 9 months, and there's a lot of still bumps in the road and a lot of things that we're still learning that we can kind of share with our family here, our YouTube family. Okay. So anyway, we plan to rebrand this entire YouTube channel. I'm not deleting any of my videos. I will, from time to time, be recording by myself regarding some parenting and like basic baby skills, and there's so much more to come, and it's going to be more educational. It's going to be conversation-like, and a lot of it, the gist of it, is going to be me and my husband and I, whatevs. We're going to be recording together, and we're going to do this together.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
I can't stand your ass. Anyway.
And if you would guys prefer that you can listen to our videos in a podcast form or just audio in general.
Yeah, we need that because you talk too much, sir.
No. I am not referring to just about me limiting the way I talk. I'm talking about if they want to listen to us without having to watch it, because sometimes these videos may run longer than your typical YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Of sitting down and watching it, because if you're at lunch, are you gonna see a 20-minute video?
No.
You will listen to it much easier.
Yes.
And then if you want to watch it, you go back and you watch it.
Okay, so we're still thinking of a name, and it's gonna be super dope at the end. But for now,
I'll tell you this now: whatever name that comes out is definitely gonna be from her. Because any idea I come out with, she's gonna shut that down.
It's because I'm a cooler kid than you are. Anyway.
I'm sorry, didn't I come up with your YouTube name?
Anyway, no, it was not you, sir. It was one of my BFFs. Don't even try that. Yeah. Oh, you see that? I know you watching. He's trying to take credit.
I already know who you're referring to now.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Love you.